All right, that's the thing too. Overture episode 109. I'm Kevin.
Well, Nolan.
Drew might be here. He might.
Kevin, they'll probably be on.
He'll
Kevin,
probably.
I've lost everything. I've lost all my money on horse racing.
Oh, you got into horse racing? What happened? Tell us
Yeah,
about horse racing, Nolan. What? How? What kind of
I
horses?
put, my money, I put all my money on Cyan, and he choked it
You
again.
put it
It's
on
over.
Cyan of all the horses,
The sure
of
things.
all of them. You put it on Cyan. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. He's right
It was
there.
sure thing. It was 2-1. I would have made so much money back.
Okay, like I guess the odds are you're thinking the odds are incredible for Cyan. You're thinking
Yeah.
that like maybe his time in the nightmare dimension has trained off, has paid off. Like that darkness that's welled up inside is now gonna unleash on the outside. His cursed energy. They're gonna enter his domain. But you forget that that jovial merriment is the best. Never
I mean,
undefeated.
you don't wonder. For those who don't know, we're talking about horse race tests.
Horse race tests, the only reason to go on to Twitter, one of the few reasons, like there's a couple of
I won't
reasons.
be honest. It's my main reason. I've been on a lot more just for horse race tests.
I feel like the reason to keep your old Twitter X account, I think some of it you can talk about. Hello Drew, we're talking about horse race tests. One of the few reasons to keep a Twitter account or an X account. I've heard like arguments that you should call Twitter X because it's no longer Twitter. Like it has
Dude,
transmogrified.
yep, I call it X now because it's the symbol that Twitter is dead.
Yeah, like the site has drastically shifted and it's no longer because it isn't. Like I can tell you, like it is basically Blue Sky is Twitter in terms of like where I get the content. But there's some
Uh
things
huh.
that show up on X, like a horse race test, which are pretty good. I don't
Are
know.
we recording?
Yeah, we're going. I already started.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
because me and Nolan were talking about horse race test, the hit like X meme or whatever, where it's just like some guy put up these random little blob horses kind of going through, bouncing through a maze, and it's gone off the rails. It's great. You watch it, you bet on which horse. People have made like fan cams for their favorite colors. They all have names. They all have good little shapes to them.
Uh, yeah, I don't even get on X anymore.
No, you're it's fine.
Like,
No, no, you
I saw that and I was like, I need to Google what this is, and then I forgot to Google what that
that's
was.
okay. That's your
You were so fine. I've had to explain to every one of my other friends what this is.
yeah.
Uh,
It's you got to be a certain type of internet brain rot. I was introduced to it because I was seeing fan cams of it and I didn't know what it was. Like why is LeBron James and Kamen Rider showing up on this weird little creature and they keep saying he's the best, he's never lost, and then I found out and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's the simple need
Okay.
to watch the DVD menu, that DVD screensaver where you're like, please touch the corner, and it never did. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah, I know.
And
I
like,
think we've all seen The Office, Kevin.
oh well, I was just saying from real life, not The Office. I don't like The
No, I think you're
Office.
in The Office.
I don't like The Office. I'm gonna throw it out here. I don't like it. Never.
The Office is fine until Steve Carell leaves.
Oh, is that like the Barney Fife leaving the Andy Griffith show, and then you're just
Yeah,
like, what are you even doing anymore?
he's making Disney films.
Yeah, well, so like I didn't Office never hit it up with me. What did hit it
It's
up
fine.
with me, it was random. I discovered because me and my dad like watching sitcoms, and we started watching Wings, and I did not know that Wings is like the secret middle show between Cheers and Frasier. Did you know about
Like
this?
the same writers
This
or what?
the same
Sure.
writers, like Cheers guys just start showing up on guest stars on Wings. Like Norm just goes up to the Nantucket airport and he's hanging out for like an episode, and you're like, oh, Frasier's gonna show up in one of these seasons. So it's like this. It's like I found a secret series because I was watching this show and it was like I'm like I really like this show, but I can't quite put on like why. And then I did research and discovered that it was like what the Frasier writing staff, what the Cheers writing staff did after Frasier. Well, I mean, after Cheers, before Frasier. It's like the middle show,
Uh,
and I'm like, oh, because I like Frasier.
like I've seen some of Cheers and it's fine, but oh, I'm sure I would enjoy it. But it seems like a real commitment to watch Cheers.
Well, it's like Cheers and even this show, even like Wings is like 7 seasons or whatever. It's one of those like you gotta kind of be in for it.
Yeah.
Like they're all long. This is like the long kind of sitcom where it's one of those like, yo, this thing went on forever. Yo, this is like
I mean, that's what happens. Like,
this was
no one
designed.
remembers the chaff.
No,
Like, it's the sitcom chaff that was one and done after a season.
no. This is like and also these shows are designed to be watched like once a week maybe.
Oh.
Where it's like Thursday
Yep.
night, new episodes of Home Improvement or whatever, and you watch your new episode of
Yep.
Home Improvement, and then you're like, okay, and then you live your life. It's not designed in our current setting where you're like, listen, I'm gonna catch up on G-Quux all in one night, and I did, and it was, and I'm like, I'm down, but like, you're not gonna be like, let's marathon Cheers. That will drive you insane.
I'm pretty sure people do.
Oh, people
Like,
do, but that's stupid.
Oh wow, yeah.
The sitcom is not designed to be marathoned. I know people do because people are crazy, and and as someone who like, yeah, listen, I get you just sit down and you turn it on and you let it go.
Gotta watch the Friends, Kevin.
I have not watched Friends.
Gotta watch the Friends.
Is that
Joey dislocated his arm in an episode. He sat on the chair too hard, and the actor's shoulder dislocated.
Is that like my final exam to be a white person? Is I have to watch Friends?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you have to watch it and enjoy it.
Like I have to feel like the siren call in my heart.
He's going to enjoy it. He can't not enjoy it. It's Friends. Kevin, the next thing he knows, he has the mug and it's got the logo on it.
I'm gonna play around in that fountain. I'm gonna love it.
Well, listen, there's a lot of good waifus on Friends.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And a lot of good shipping. I know that friend shipping was a major part of that show.
Well, I will also say, it's like this far removed from when it was coming out. I think everyone is now unanimously agreed that Ross and Rachel are the worst part of the show.
I have no idea, but I will take your word for it.
It's like when it was happening, it was the drama of will they, won't they? And now it's just like, who fucking cares? They suck. Their relationship is toxic and they should not continue.
Now you're selling me on it. Rachel,
get back on the plane. and then the secret they don't tell you? Paul Rudd shows up as the secret 7th friend.
Oh, Paul Rudd is the 7th friend? How are the other
Paul
friends
Rudd.
compare? That's like Super Saiyan Goku shows up.
That Super Saiyan Goku shows up in Dragon Ball.
No, that's like Gojo.
That's
Paul
too
Rudd
powerful.
is the Gojo in the Friends universe. Whenever he arrives. Does Paul Rudd just say nah, win, and use his domain Infinite Void? Because I'd be down for that.
Is it like when we're getting slow, they're like, we need to add another friend to the friends.
You spice this up.
We need more friends.
and then your Secunda is Kevin James as he appears on your cheek, and he's slowly taking over one of the other friends, but he's giving them massive powers. But his domain, King of Queens, it's very strong.
I'm alone and the anointed one.
Yeah.
See, I'm saying this.
Did friends ever have spin-offs or anything?
There was like wasn't there a Joey spinoff or something? That's the one like that monkey. That like I only know that because I've seen that monkey video where like he's in his apartment and he's telling the monkey, "You better not turn up that song again," and then he plays "It's True Love We're Making," and then they're all dancing.
No, that's in the original series.
Okay, I thought that was the spinoff.
No, but Joey does get a spin-off that lasted maybe 2 seasons. That also retroactively destroys his character.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, he goes from being, like, the lovable dumb guy to, like, then in Joey being like, oh, yeah, you just act stupid sometimes so you get away with stuff. And it's like, whoa, wait, hold up.
Oh, no.
A lot of this character.
No, that's, like lovable idiot. That'd be like if Always Sunny revealed that Charlie was, like, actually super smart and was just doing it as a gag.
That's awful.
No, that's bad. That's bad. No, thank you.
Don't start. Friends is me at my whitest.
No, that's I can feel it. We all have it. We all have that thing. You got it. Listen, it's like
I don't have that hyper.
No, you have that thing that's like it's just that it's like the stereotype that you embody. And you're like I don't want to embody this, but I do. Like Drew loving friends is very stereotypical. I'm just saying.
Look, sometimes, you know, the white mages ponder they orb like this.
Yeah.
And it's true.
It's true. We are lame. What
Now the dark mage, I ponder orb like this.
Man, that'd be cool. I'd love to ponder some orbs. Alright, I did catch up on G-Quux. I learned some things about G-Quux. G-Quux, as Drew said, G-Quux rocks the G-Quux. I finally learned... Do you know what G-Quux even means? Because I do.
No, I don't. I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
So G-Quux is basically... I will
probably watch more, but that's all I've seen so far.
Okay, so you've seen episode 1, and then you've seen episode 2, which is also episode 1.
Which I actually agree. I think it was the correct move. Like, I understand in theaters why you do...
Yeah, you do. You start with the Char stuff. Yeah.
But with the serialization of it, for people who are new to Gundam and don't, like me, don't understand all the implications of Char winning the 1-year war.
Oh, that's the craziest shit.
Oh, yeah.
It is the craziest shit.
It's a little better to start with actual episode 1.
Yeah, you're basically saying, hey, this is what the show's going to be about. A girl finding a robot on a space station and having adventures. And you're like, I can accept this. I can accept this. And
a girl finds out she's a new type.
Yeah. Oh, big new type energy. Big new types. So, G-Quux is basically, like, production and, like, programming. It just means placeholder. So, effectively, it's called Gundam Placeholder.
Nice. I like that.
So, it's like placeholder Gundam. I also love that Char is constantly talking like, oh, this stupid thing is painted a little white. I guess that makes sense because it's, like, in testing mode. That it's not in camo or anything. It's just all like bright colors. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's a cute addition.
Man, it is messed up when he just points the beam saber at the main deck of
Of White
Rocky
Base?
Horse.
Yeah, he's just like, it's time to go. And he just shoved it in there. Nah, Shar Aznavour, he wins. All he do is win. And there's so much stuff. Literally, that's all he do. Shar Aznavour.
If you watch the regular series, he does more despicable stuff like that.
Oh, he's wild. Shar Aznavour's the greatest. He is toxic. I love Shar Aznavour. But there's a lot of crap. Like, there's some stuff that the episode didn't show. Like, apparently in, like, the movie, there's a bit where, like, I think he does the thing where, like, he has this new type connection with Sayla, and she's out there at some point. I'm not sure. I read that on, like, the Wikipedia, that happened in, like, the theatrical version. I don't know.
Damn it. Okay.
For Drew, Sayla is Char's sister.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, don't they imply something at the end of episode 2 or episode 1 about her?
Well, so basically, you got your Red Gundam, and your Red Gundam, either Char is inside that thing or he's left like a mental impression on that thing because he new typed out.
Yeah.
And if you new type out,
Yep.
you're gone. You go to the new type dimension. You can see time. It gets wild. It gets weird.
You get the psychic, like, ocean, essentially.
You go to the warp in Warhammer 40,000.
This series sounds like a real good chance to erase and tidy up some of that Gundam lore that got a little too out of hand and a little too far off its own.
Well, we might be going.
Yes.
Actually, we might be going there.
Guy.
We might be really going there. But like, I think we might be going there in a different way. So basically, if we can assume that Char is either inside that Red Gundam or he's like imprinted on it, which begs the question: which of 3 characters is in the G-Quux? Is it his sister Sayla? Is it Amuro? Or is it Lala? Is that thing Lala?
It might be Lala.
I think it's Lala.
No.
I think Lala is inside that thing. Because Lala...
Yeah, if you don't know Lala, for people who don't know about Lala, Lala could have been a mother to Char. Is kind of her deal.
Yeah, she was like saved and like by Char. If you've ever seen Gundam and you've seen like the Indian girl, like the girl like Indian, I just want to make sure I'm not doing a slur. It's actually from India.
Yeah.
You said Indian. You didn't say indigenous.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure because it's the internet, and I'm out here being recommended to friends. So my melanin content may get me into trouble. I'm just trying to make sure. But yeah, so she's like, and she was in there very...
You listen to Joe Rogan. Do you want to listen to That's a Thing next?
God. You know what? You'd probably do better if you listened to us from Joe Rogan. I think you'd learn a lot. It'd fix you.
I think so.
I think it'd fix you. I think it's like your first step on the road to recovery. You admit you have a problem. You learn about... Yeah, Lala. So Lala's a new type. She meets up with, does some stuff with Amuro. Shows up a lot in the old show. Kind of like gets killed. Has some psychic stuff. Talking with them. You got Hideaki Anno really into that like. Oh God, I forgot his name. Bull and Char.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like.
Bull.
Kind of there's some homoeroticism there. And I get it. There's like with Char Aznavour, there's always homoeroticism.
You seen Char Aznavour?
Listen, it's like him with Is it Garmin Zombie? Which is Garma. Like there's some gay energy there. There's some gay energy with Bull. There's some gay energy with Amuro. I'm saying you gotta.
There's a lot of gay energy.
There's a lot of gay energy with Char Aznavour. If that you gotta, that's how it is. He's the toxic.
There's so much gay energy. There's so much gay energy with Amuro that he can they sense each other.
Yeah.
They're on the same
Yeah.
level.
Oh, they're just so connected.
They catch each other's shit, essentially.
Yeah, they have like the psychic like hate fuck, but they don't want, they just want to kill. but if they weren't in the robots,
they'd be kissing.
Quick aside.
yeah.
Is Trey's the actual Char of Gundam Wing?
100%.
Or do you have to take Trey's and Zex and put them together to get a Char?
I mean, like, I think Zex is more like character-wise and backstories of the Char, but like, no. Zex is like, but personality-wise is way more Trace Kushranada. Like, that's kind of how Char is. Like, Zex is a little bit less, like, flippant. He's not as flamboyant. Like, Zex Marquis is not going to ride a horse for no reason in the cowboy colony.
Okay. Zex is Char, but Trace is Quattro.
Trace is very Quattro Vegeta. I would agree. Yeah. I would agree with that. Like, there's that flamboyancy that Zex does not have. The lightning count is not as flamboyant as Char Aznable, the Red Comet.
I love that Char was like, hey, I'm hide out with these guys. I'll just put some glasses on so no one recognizes me, and everyone recognizes me.
That's why he wears the hat, so people don't know he's like Zeon's kid.
It's so dumb.
It's so stupid. I love it. Yeah, it really helped watching all of the compilation movies before G-Quux to kind of get the Gundam back in my brain. I got to point at the screen to go, I know that baby. I know who that baby is.
And then also, how long is the G-Quux movie? Is it enough to turn into a whole series?
It's just like the first 3 episodes. It's literally like the first 3 episodes, and they added some other stuff. Like, the Char stuff got a little bit more in the theatrical.
Yeah. Same for like the Gundam Unicorn movies versus series.
Yeah, so like you're not basically at episode 4 you're on uncharted waters.
Okay.
Episode 3 is the G-Quux and the Red Gundam teaming up. Yes. That is the vibe. Char Aznable. Char Aznable. I need to watch Zeta at some point. Are we gonna get? Okay, so like, I'm doing some digging. So like, G-Quux is like 85, from what I hear. Yeah. Like, and Zeta's like 87. So we're not gonna get Camille Biden. We ain't getting Camille.
No.
But we might get like Stardust Memory Gang. They might be there.
We might get Stardust. There might be some War in the Pocket stuff.
Yeah, like
sure.
Like those guys might show up, but I don't think Camille.
Yeah.
Unless like G-Quux Part 2 is like the alternate Zeta Gundam, which I could see it. I could see this being like Part 1 is. They could do Zeta Gundam 2.
Again, I need to know.
It's wild.
Sorry, go ahead.
I need to know if Chima gets redemption in this universe. The ultimate Gundam MILF, Chima.
I don't know.
Will she be the same if she's not depressed?
Oh.
Cool.
Yes. 0083. Right. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, okay, so if we're in 0083, then technically, yeah, if it's Stardust, she could show up.
Yeah.
There's Stardust like 8 in 15, 4 in the pockets, and there's one more somewhere, and Thunderbolt have all...
Yeah.
They're probably going to be in there at some point.
I'm saying, Drew, there's a non-zero chance that lady is the girl who's like running the Pomeranians Gundam fight crew. You don't know. That might be her. There's some stuff going on. We don't know. Because
she may be running the clan battles.
Yeah, like this show. It's what's really fascinating is I think it's like simultaneously, if you know nothing about Gundam, you're in there, and then it expects you to know everything about Gundam. It's like, you don't need to know shit. And then we're gonna show like the white base and like Xeon colors and be like, eh. You know what side 6 is, right?
We're gonna show.
Are we gonna see Amuro's dad
Yeah.
in like the junkyard having just a complete mental breakdown?
Mental breakdown.
Oh,
I hope so. No, but since he's still like having a breakdown now, so it's like years later, he's even older. He's like a hobo.
Well, he didn't see the Gundam defeat all the bad guys, so he didn't fall down those stairs drunk and die. We don't know.
yeah, he might be okay.
He might be alive. No, there's a lot of weirdness that's going on in this show that like I'm simultaneously expecting because at some point this childhood Gundam battle like junkyard show is gonna get real messed up and weird. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
For now, it's once again like Witcher Mercury, where they're like, okay, just aim for the head. So, we're not killing anyone. We're just, we're play fighting. Nothing super serious. There's going to be a moment where someone gets just cooked inside their giant robot. And it's going to fuck with somebody really bad.
It's going to get real raw real fast. And I get the feeling that like the big dogs at Xeon know what's going on here. Because like the live stream showing 2 Gundams fighting up 2 Zaku's is just they're not going to be like, Dura, what happened there? Like I'm sure like the Xeon like military is like, I know. Are you telling me that our prototype Gundam and the Char Aznable psychic Gundam just showed up in like Junkyard Wars one day?
I'm sorry, you mean the Xeon aren't looking at live leaks?
They're looking at like the live leaks, the Hot 97 fights, and Gundam is there. You're just like, well, yeah. I'm looking at my TikTok and people putting fan cams to Red Gundam. They're saying its bits are wild. But yeah, that's
also I like how big the bits are.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, they're so I love how fat they are.
Oh, they look like flower roses. And the fact that like see in the original Gundam, Lala was the one who was shooting the bits at the fighters from long distance. And Char was covering her, but in this one, Char was doing it, and the bull was covering him in a daub.
Well, I do like it. It's because like the way the show is in the original show, they were more focused on getting big, gigantic robots.
Yeah.
Out that shoot a bunch of shit. And this one, they're like, oh no, we're just going to use the Gundam because it's the best ever.
Although listen, they showed they had 3 big Zams.
They just have 3 big Zams at the end.
They had 3 big Zams.
I love that so much. Like, okay, this thing actually kicked ass.
We love Big Zam.
I mean, the first Big Zam still lost, but it shook out a lot of people.
Oh, Big Zam's great.
That's the best part.
We love
like,
Big
okay,
Zam.
We need to make more. But like the whole thing is like, okay, just make the bits as quick as possible so they're big and fat and clunky because they're the first models.
Yeah.
And then you go up against, I guess, I don't know, 100 ships, and just.
Well, it's because your Minovsky particles are so high that you could be like a mile away behind a rock, and then you send like your a drone. It flies right up to the thing and then shoots it in the head, which you can't do with radio control when your Minovsky particles are going.
One laser blast, and it goes through like 5 ships.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, this war's over. We're done. We're cooked.
Yeah, that was the big scary when they're just sitting out there in like the shipyard in front of Solomon getting blown up for no reason. Like the Minovsky particles mean you can't do this.
Yeah. You can't communicate, but because you're psychic, I guess you can.
Yeah, that's the advantage is that a new type can do long just like Warhammer 40,000. Your new type can like break the rules of the setting.
I also love that, like, the Earth was like, okay, we can't win this. It's time to do a colony drop.
On the moon.
Yeah.
And then Char just, like, did
and it. Yeah, he eats it.
He cranked it up. He did all the new type powers. and then he just deflected it, and then they kept saying in the show like, "Yo, that girl, she's piloting that thing with new type powers. She better tone it down, because it's bad. You don't want to overload your new type powers."
I'm gonna be honest. I love these new like kid characters. They're all great.
Oh yeah, no, they're good. They're like the Pokemon squad. And I'm like, yo, look at these gym leaders. It's good. What other stuff? You know what isn't good? Did you watch the Gaslight District?
Yeah, and it was not good.
I didn't like that show at all.
I didn't
thought
finish
the
it.
concept was interesting, but that was it.
Well, okay, so like I think it is from like animation perspective and like board perspective. I think it's good. Like I'm not saying that like this show is like it's watchable. It's not problem solvers.
It's not terrible.
No,
Yeah.
like I'm not saying that this is like the production staff and like the direction of this show is not the issue. The issue is like the writing. I think some of
It's
it
annoying.
it's very annoying.
The dialogue is not great at all.
I don't like the dialogue. I don't like how fast it is. I don't like with Digital Circus, I feel like even though it was kind of like it was slower, like the characters in Digital Circus could stand around and talk at some points and not be constantly like there's scenes where
there'd be like a few breaths in between.
Oh, there's
like you're doing something.
Yeah, like here's your like we're gonna slow down for a bit and have our characters just kind of walk around our place or do a slow scene or maybe do like one or two jokes, and we're not like constantly cutting from thing to thing to thing where you're just overloading and you're changing and and I'm like, because there's some points I'm like, yo, that's pretty cool, but that happened like, and then it was like 4 cuts later. I don't really like the characters, even though I like some of like the everyone's a zombie coming back to life kind of deal, but like, but then it doesn't make sense because why do you have guns? But then I like the idea of like putting you like, I don't know, it's just I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't rub me the right. Like when I saw Digital Circus, I got it. I'm like, I like this. Even like Murder. Oh wait, what you?
I was gonna say like, so Digital Circus is like a little too internet for me, and so like I watched episode 2 and I'm like, I think this is all the Digital Circus I need.
All right.
And now this show has said, oh, you want it to be the internet, huh? Well, here you go.
So basically,
like, why do we know she's the fucking prophecy child from episode 1? Like, you shouldn't tell us that. Let us slowly piece together of like, wait a second, is she not a zombie? Which she's also clearly just not a zombie, so how does the rest of the world not realize she's the prophecy we're all terrified of?
Yeah, also, like, how does she eat? How does she eat? Does she eat just goo? Because they're eating, like, rotten meat and crap. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look very sanitary down there. I'm just saying, there's, like, the plot doesn't make sense in that show.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, listen, I watched, I kind of fell off of the Murder Drone show, but I watched it for, like, a couple episodes, and I'm like, this is fine. It's not for me.
Let me say the internal logic of the show does not work.
I agree. I just think it's inherently flawed, because when you're trying to do, like, a noir gangster show and noir fiction is all about lingering. It's a very lingering genre where you're lingering on the detective in his room with the whiskey and the smoking and then the light that's coming through the blinds, and you're living in that space for a bit. And this show's like
it's a lot of slow walking through rooms.
Yeah.
While like someone's something on their mind or talking to somebody.
Yeah. You're gonna have you're gonna have your shootout or you're gonna have your action scene, but you're waiting to get there, and that's like part of your journey. You're not going at like 1,000,000 miles an hour from like step 1. Also, I think like some of those character designs have like a bit of too much lol random monkey cheese. Like the guy that's bred, like why I don't get it. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Why is he blood?
Why is the butcher man constantly flipping his like brain direction? I don't understand. Why is the guy just melting?
Are they trying to do like were they trying to do like a left brain, right brain thing, but it doesn't seem like there's any kind of switch?
No, there's like no difference between them. There's not like one where he's sad and one where he just kind of it just flips sometimes and he gets angry, but then he gets angry on the other side too. Like I don't get it. I don't get the
But
joke.
it doesn't even show if he changes when it comes to like I said, this. I don't know why Melt Man is melting.
And like it opens with them chasing this guy who has learned the secret, but there's no. They try to then establish he was a member of the family, like if they're like small tight knit unit.
Yeah.
And then there were no feelings at all when they just threw him in a cinder block into like the bottomless ocean.
Yeah, I'm like, so do the other two also not know? Or do they know?
Do they all not care?
I'm just saying that like your dumb internet show should not have this level of like problem. It's very I don't want to I am disappointed and I get but it's like you just also your show's so like look at all like the merch and stuff, but I don't feel like they hit a winner with this one. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they have merch already.
This one's not it. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. This ain't like compared to like Digital Circus. I get like from watching that pilot. Like I'm like okay, I understand. I understand the characters are like simple enough to spread. The humor is gonna hit like the audience. But this one, like I don't know. Maybe I'm too old.
It may also be not for us either. Yeah.
Oh, this one's clearly not for me.
The what is it? Has been hotel kind of.
Yeah, that Has Been Hotel is not for me.
Yeah.
That ain't for me. Like there's a level of alt hot topic girl that like coincides with my personality. It's why you get like some Invader Zim. I do like Digital Circus. There's like a bit of that kind of hits in there but then you go too far. I'm like, nah. Like the Has Been Hotel, it's like, no. We ain't there.
Okay. Another quick aside. So Kelsey, high school Kelsey, definitely the hot topic girl.
Yeah.
But then like last month I have Tubi or no, not Tubi. What's the other one?
Free?
Whatever.
Whatever. It's the same.
Freebie?
Yes. And I have Invader Zim on, and she like comes into the living room and sees me watching Invader Zim, and the disgust in her voice at Invader Zim, and I'm just like, you are what?
No.
Like you're aware of what this show is. You're a hot topic girl, and you hate it. What?
Yeah, that's against archetype.
Yeah, it was a baffling moment for me.
That is against archetype. That's fine. We can all have our against archetype moment.
I mean,
That's true.
But that like you would expect that's part of like the vernacular was Invader Zim. It was there.
well, she just tested herself forever liking it and being gone.
I don't know. I loved Invader Zim. But then again, I loved Invader Zim because it was like the sci-fi angle like touched like a lot of Invader Zim, the stuff that stuck with me, I feel like is not the stuff that it's like Gurr yelling does not like get me laughing, but like the idea of the slow explosion hits me hard.
I knew you were gonna say that. 100%.
The slow explosion is so good. And the solution is to throw dip to just make it go at once, and it's just like that's stupid. It's just stupid. There's like a lot of jokes in that show. Like there's this one bit where like aliens appear to Dib and then they turn into shoes, but Dib's like, but I saw your true forms like 2 seconds ago. I saw what you look like, and I'm like, no, you didn't.
The Zim boot camp episode.
Oh,
where he's just needlessly sacrificing his teammates.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That makes me smile. The one where he made Dib live out his entire life inside of a simulation to find out if he threw the muffin at him at cafeteria and it just lets him go. See, that's the kind of jokes where it's like, oh yeah, now we're talking about it. Now we're talking.
Yeah, I feel like the other side of,
the other side is just they really think Gurr is funny. And Gurr can be funny.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But just the loud screaming
No, that's not. That's not what Gurr is funny. See, Gurr was funny when they were just like, he just shows up and yells, "I was the turkey all along," and I was like, that's stupid. See, I don't know. There's just like the episode where Zim eats a waffle. And that's just the episode. Like, that's good. Anyway, but whatever.
Okay, I feel like the exact opposite of funny for us from the slow explosion is I'm gonna sing the Do song.
Oh, that was not funny. I did not like the Doom song joke. I did not like it. But
some people love it.
I know.
Is what I'm saying.
Like when he goes, okay, I'm gonna ride the pig, and he goes, ride the pig, Gurr, ride the pig. And I get it. I get it. Although Dark Harvest is a really good episode because that's like where Zim takes all the organs and he's just this horrible mass of organs.
He's just stuffing them himself.
Yeah. Or he rips.
It's the only way I can see more human.
Yeah, I just say you're so full of organs. You have to be human. Love it. So overall, like I think the squad at the Glitch, they need to go study the old masters. They need the...
remember, Invader Zim's only Invader Zim because there were editorial mandates coming down.
That's true.
Johan Vasquez had to deal with.
You had to temper
limitations breed creativity.
Yeah, I think that could. That was fun.
You can't make it certain where Jonah Vasquez has just full control.
No, he'll ruin it.
Yep. Look at Johnny.
Even though I love Jonah Vasquez, I know he wouldn't love me. I know he'd be disgusted at me, but I kind of get it. I'll listen to his commentary. So if you were talking about just playing the Dreamcast one day, and I'm like, yeah, you get it. You get it, Jordan. You're welcome on the show. We will never talk. Listen, if Jonan Vasquez wants to come on our show, we will not ask him about anything and just talk about nerd shit. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
Never. I will not talk about Invader Zim. I won't ask you about it. I'll ask you about like video games and like.
It's just gonna be. So what have you been into lately?
Yeah, it'll just be like, yo, what's going on, man?
And the people listening will be waiting. It's like, okay, they're just doing introductions, just setting the tone.
We will never talk about Invader Zim.
It's not going to pivot.
It will never come up. We'll probably talk more about G-Quux or whatever again. We'll talk about Gundams. We'll avoid it because that's a stronger bit. Talk about video games. Talk about horse racing.
I mean, also, what is there to talk about Invader Zim?
No, it's done.
Yep.
It's gone. It will never come back.
Should not have.
It had like 2 good jokes, but I don't think it was very like needed.
It continues to feed into America's inability to let go.
Yeah. Listen, they did not learn the lesson of the Frasier reboot, which is you have to let go. You have to let it go.
Miles was no. I'm done with that.
Yeah,
character.
I'm not coming back as Miles Crane. I let go. It's like it. Listen, it's the plot of every single kung fu movie. Is you just gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. It's the plot of Cowboy Bebop. You gotta let it go. You gotta let the
guys just let Oblivion go.
They should let Oblivion go.
Yep.
When I needed it as a young preteen.
No, it's
all right.
as a launch game for the 360, I think it's an incredible launch game because it simultaneously like you play it, it serves the point of like the system seller because it does look way more for its time better because you're going on launch game and it's big. There's a lot of stuff going on. I think it's inherently a flawed game. I don't think the story's very good. It's not. I don't think it's as good as.
And then you have Skyrim that just came along and just iterated and did all of it better.
Yeah, like Skyrim is. I was thinking about that, where it's very rare in like stuff where you get like the sequel invalidates the first one, where it's just like Morrowind is still weird enough that it is not invalidated because Morrowind has a lot of bizarre stuff to it that I think still holds up, even though it's jank and weird. Like a lot of the story stuff is cool, and a lot of like your potion crafting and flying around is cool. But
yeah, it shows like Oblivion's more of like a stepping stone of we took a lot of big bites that we could not deliver fully on everything, but we needed to let that groundwork get paved for the next game to fully hit and deliver on.
Yeah, and it's just and there's stuff that like and I don't think that Skyrim is like a storytelling masterpiece or anything. Like but I do think that the writing in Skyrim is generally better than Oblivion. Like
oh yeah,
like and I think and a lot of Oblivion, like the things I remember about Oblivion. Oh, I have a bit of a more memory of Oblivion because I watched those like 12-hour retrospectives about like the Bethesda games when I was going to sleep for like a week or two. By watched, I mean I put on my laptop and I turn on one of those for like an hour as I get to sleep, and then I turn it off and then go to bed. That's how I operate with either long videos or podcast.
Yeah.
But like, so it's a bit fresher in my head. But like, the only things I remembered of Oblivion were stealing the Elder Scroll in the Thieves Guild, killing everyone in the Dark Brotherhood, which I think you do like in Skyrim as well.
Yeah.
And then like,
but I think the Oblivion, I think the Oblivion questline's better than the Skyrim questline.
Well, it's a little better because you're not like you're a little less chosen one-y. Like being the Dragonborn is a bit kind of like weird and Elder Scrollsy.
Yeah.
I also think that both Fallout, like not even counting Fallout New Vegas, but I think Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 are better games than like the two Elder Scroll Oblivion and Skyrim. I think they're just more interesting.
That's also your more aesthetic though, right?
No, I like fantasy aesthetic. And I like Fallout.
I mean, you need a little more
I'm not saying you dislike fantasy. I'm saying I think you like sci-fi more than fantasy.
Yeah.
It depends. It's hard to say because I actually there's like a type of high fantasy I really like, but that's not Elder Scrollsy. Like Elder Scrolls is not that kind of like.
Is it Escaflowne?
It's kind of Escaflowne. It's kind of actually like World of Warcraft also hits that vibe of like that kind of like that fantasy, but you could have like a robot show up, so maybe it is the sci-fi.
There it is. Yeah. I knew he's gonna do it, Nolan. I knew Kevin was gonna say. I like fantasy when they like put sci-fi in the fantasy.
That is.
Yeah, when they make robots with magic.
No, but I do like a magic robot. I really like a magic robot. Oh, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. I really like Star Wars, and that's just fantasy with robots.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might be onto something. I do like Fallout a lot. I like that 1950, but I also like that like 1950s era like That's kind of like it's the same as Venture Brothers. Like that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I really like it. Is that Johnny Quest kind of like aesthetic, that super science aesthetic.
1950s.
Oh, I love it. I do love
The American Beauty.
I love that Americana style. It hits. That UPA animations, I love them. Love it. Hits right in my
Also,
brain.
Third quick aside, do want to mention that Microsoft has been added to the BDS movement's list of companies to boycott.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Oh, good.
So if you don't, if you don't need to get Oblivion, maybe think about it.
I would say if you really need to get Oblivion, just get the cheap old version because you need it to look like a potato garbage dumpster fire. Like that's part of the thing.
Yeah.
Like to me, like I think Oblivion like should exist as a historical artifact rather than an updated thing. If that makes sense. Like I think how it kind of
It does.
Like
It does.
Like that is more important to show like this is what it was like. Like you need to see it. You don't need to like tweak it and make it like a good game. Like Duke Nukem Forever is better broken as a bad game because then it's historically interesting. Then like, nah, we're gonna like tweak it and make it playable. Then it just be bland.
No, I think the Oblivion is just the same game. It's just better graphics. I think
Yeah,
there's no difference.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah, that's all they did. But then, like, Fallout 3, I think they're on record as saying we'd have to update the shooting because it's outdated now.
no, but it has to be bad. That's the point.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah,
point.
like, listen.
that's why you want to get your VATS. I mean,
Yeah, I love the VAT system. I'm still kind of bad that like I got today. I'm still upset. Was trying to make an argument. I got.
Oh, then you played yourself?
I played myself. I don't like playing myself. I hate it. Yeah, that boycott's gonna be a little rough when Doom: The Dark Ages comes out, but I'll still probably get Doom: The Dark Ages because I like Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. I really want to... See, I'm lucky. I don't have a computer that can run any new Microsoft stuff.
No,
So,
to me, it's I don't recommend like in term. I kind of feel the
Like-
same way I felt about like the Hogwarts game, where sometimes like your brain's like, if you need it,
Yeah.
you need it, and
But,
you,
like,
but
I do want to play South of Midnight, but I can't. It's not on PlayStation yet. When it comes to PlayStation, I'm gonna have a problem. But I also have a backlog of games, so it'll keep.
I need to play that Claire Obscure game. I want to play that one. That's like that the French RPG. I'm looking at that one. I'm like, because I keep hearing good things about it, and I have. Wasn't that like? Oh, I don't know. I think that they could do it. I like combat that has Mario RPG-esque like button presses during it. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Cause I like that kind of battle system, and like only Mario RPG does it. Like so many could have stolen it.
Yeah, just the perfect timing.
Yeah.
The just frame inputs
Yeah.
in your RPG.
Yes, the just frame inputs in your RPG are very important, and the idea that you can like block and counter when you're getting hit, so it gives you more agency, even if it's not really that much.
But yeah, it's the thing of when you're a kid and you're playing Pokemon.
You're putting
and
down B.
You know to mash that when you're attacking for crits or to help catch something, and they're like, what if that was real?
Yeah, what
If we actually did this stuff?
What if whenever you're whatever, the thing has 6 HP and you do 4 HP a hit, but what if you hit when you jumped and you pressed A, you did 5 HP? Granted, you're still gonna kill the thing in 2 attacks, but like, yo, you almost killed it.
No,
I got
that extra damage.
And then your brain goes, ooh.
it's not pulling one over that feels good. It's feeling like you've pulled one over that feels good. It's thinking you got one. It's like, haha, I'm better. I'm better than other people. They don't know.
Well, it just gives you more agency in the game, in your turn-based combat, where you feel like I influenced this a bit more, which is like, I'm into it. I like it when video games make me feel good for playing them, and it's why I'm like increasingly bitter about like. I think I was telling my dad the other day that I feel like The Last of Us is one of the worst mistakes in video games because it popularized like the prestige TV show as just with like gameplay just kind of attached to it, and I'm like, that's not a game.
Yep.
As someone who absolutely loved the Last of Us series when it first came out, it has ruined so much.
Like a lot of but it's like
one of my favorite games of all time.
I don't even think I think like I beat The Last of Us, and it's like the parts I liked about The Last of Us was like the story parts. It was not the gameplay parts, and I think that's the problem in a video game. If I'm like, yo, remember that time when like Joel and Ellie are like they find the giraffes, and it's like, yeah, you could have just made that the TV show. Like sneaking through the cordyceps zombies was not fun. I didn't like that part. Listen, it's really cool.
But again, I'm still head, so I love those kind of games. But
but it's like the bit where you're playing as Ellie and Joel's sick, and you got to go in the snow and get stuff for him, and then you encounter like the other guys, and it's like all tense and stuff. And like part of it, like as a TV show, that would be thrilling because you're like, oh, is she gonna get out of there? But like when you're playing it, you're like, of course she's gonna get out of there because I'm not gonna be stopped. I can control Ellie.
If I die, I just do it again.
Yeah, I will. Like this is.
I messed up. They caught me. All right, I'm just gonna reset this.
I'm playing Tom Cruise and live, die, repeat.
Tomorrow.
Let me load my quick save real quick.
I'm going to figure it out. I am unstoppable. And I think it just doesn't work as well.
Yep.
But I also watched Shazam Battle of the Gods. It's fine.
Alright, I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I do want to talk about Companion next week.
We'll talk about Companion next week.
I've heard good things.
I want to talk about it next week.
We'll talk about Companion next week, and probably more Gundam. Bye.
Bye.